Live, 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 live. Look who we have here today. Good evening, good evening. Oh, wrong button, wrong button. Come on. What the hell is that? Okay, how do I get rid of that stupid thing? Okay, that's good to go. No, I don't want that at all. Ah, shit. No, turn the fucking thing off. All right. Let's try it one more time. Give me a second. I'm trying to get this thing fixed. Here we go. All right. How do I fix this stupid thing? Flip my mirror. Okay. And how do I get rid of this? Come on. No. No. How do I get rid of this damn thing? This is what happens when you start messing with stuff. Start messing with buttons. I don't know how to get rid of this stupid thing. Nope, that ain't it either. Come on. All right. Now, I'm a little confused at how to get this thing fixed. Turn on face. How do I go back to freaking normal? All right. I'm trying to get this thing figured out. No, I don't want that either. No, I don't want that either. No, I don't want that either. All right. I made the mistake of hitting a button that I shouldn't have hit. And now I got this little stupid little thing hang up. Hold on, guys. I got something really crazy on my computer. On my phone. All right. How do I turn this thing off? Hey, everybody. Playbook poll. Right. Draw a guest. Okay. No. All right. Lead. Da, 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 da. I don't know how to fix this damn thing. How do I fix this? Settings, pause, fundraiser. No, 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 no. Oh, damn. Background noise, live, viewers, AI wallpaper. No, I don't want any AI wallpaper. I want this thing back to freaking normal. Yeah, okay. What is this? Sorry, Johnny, I'm trying to figure the damn thing out. I hit a wrong button. Okay. Playbook, lightning questions and answers, viewer wishes. All right, start with templates. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Alrighty, okay, so how do I get rid of this stupid thing? All right, I'm trying to get rid of it. I just don't know how to get rid of it. Okay. Oh, look at that. I didn't know you could do that. Invite guests. Quick invites. Cool beans. Didn't know that. Not what I'm looking for. Background boards. Nope. Nope. Pin and notice. Service bio. Boards. Queue. What the hell is that? No idea what that means. Why not restart? I did try restarting it. Restarting it didn't work. Let me restart it again. And now let's try restarting it. Okay, let's try it one more time. Live. Ugh! Device camera, live, manager, mobile gaming, no, voice chat. There we go. Voice chat, okay. Interesting. All right, well, that's cool. We can get a bunch of people up on here. Not quite what I'm looking for. Cousin Astra, what's happening, brother? How do I get back to where the hell I was? Comment, gifts, settings, settings. Use keyboard, dismiss. Comment, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Hey, hey, what's happening? Rocket Man, good evening, good evening. What is this? No, that's not what I'm looking for either. That's not what I'm looking for either. That's not what I'm looking for either. I get these stupid freaking buttons. Settings. Live recordings. Shade sound. Okay, that ain't the freaking button either. This is what happens when you hit the wrong button and you start playing around. Yay! Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. All right, all right. All right. I got no idea how to fix that damn thing. I hit the wrong damn button. How to turn off TikTok filter. Google it. Oh, okay, let's Google it. How do I turn off the TikTok filter? TikTok filter. Who knows how to turn off the TikTok filter? TikTok, you are back. Yeah, Herbie, how are ya? Why do people have their screen flipped? Because I can answer questions. You got two choices. You get the content normal so you can read everything, but you get no interaction, which means I can't answer your questions. Or you get the screen backwards and I get to ask and answer questions for you. That's why. YouTube hasn't figured out how to fix this mess. How to turn off TikTok filter. Turn off the gingerbread filter on the TikTok tap effects icon on the left screen. Okay, effects. Where the heck are the effects? That ain't it. 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 Left side of the screen. Okay, so what do we have up here? Mike Cato. Okay, that's not there. What do we have there? Top viewers. That ain't it. What's this right here? Real-time performance. That ain't it. All these weird buttons and nothing to tell me how to turn this damn thing off. Not now. I wasn't expecting an answer. Thanks for explaining. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to get one of my cameras figured out because apparently there's something on there that I just don't know how to figure it off. All right, tap on the effects icon on the left side of the screen. There's nothing on the left side of the screen. Daily ranking. Okay, that's not it. Up the top, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. All right. Frequently asked questions. Okay, a lot of interesting stuff I'm finding, but not what I'm looking for. Generating settings, microphone, blah, 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 blah. What a way to start the weekend. Remove background noise, mute microphone, comments, GIFs, settings. All right, nothing there. Hear your voice, settings. Mute, nope, nope, that ain't it. Somebody's got to know where this damn thing is. Oh, cool. I love it. That's neat. Oh, I'm right here. I'm trying to figure out how to fix this stupid button. Uh-oh, tap to speak. What the hell does that mean? The microphone is unmuted. What does that mean? Uh-oh. What's going on here? Start video. Okay, video's working. Let's do brothers. We trade stocks with weekly options and have 20 years of price increase. Brothers, isn't that BRO? Oh, let's check it out. BRO. That's brown. Okay, you got to give me the ticker symbol for brothers. All right, let's go back to the top. Someone's got to figure that damn thing out. I don't know how to figure it out. Oh, Eric wants to take a look at Microsoft, Schlumberger, and United Health Group. Okay, I'll take a gander at it. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I've learned a lot from you. Hey, Fitz, how you doing? All right, someone's going to share the knowledge of how to get this freaking screen back to where it's supposed to be. Try effects. Yeah, where is it on? Where is the button? We can't see you on TikTok. Yeah, well, I'm having issues myself. Turn off gingerbread filter on TikTok. Tap the effects icon on the left side of the screen. There is no effects button on the left side of the screen. Nope, that's volume. That's taking a picture. All right, let's get this out of there. Where is the left side of the screen? Effects. That ain't it. You created a chapter. I did. Restart the application. Yeah, every time I restart the application, it always goes back to the freaking beginning. Overview, real-time performance. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Long press the screen. All right. That's just inviting people. Mark, viewer, bod. Okay. That doesn't do it either. Interact, no. Boards, pin, direct message, no. 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 Damn it. comments, mute, background noise, bound, content disclosure, AI content. Yep. Nope. Tools. Not there. GIFs, record GIFs, record GIFs. No, 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 no. Where the hell is this damn thing? That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. All these freaking buttons and nothing seems to work. What's your crypto called? You never told me. It's called G-E-I. You know, like how many G's you got? Yeah, give me a couple of G's. You know, 10 G's, 5 G's, something like that. Thought it was kind of catchy. All right. Live tailgate. What the hell is live tailgate? That makes no sense. Oh, so we're going to spend a half hour trying to figure this damn thing out. That ain't it. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. All righty. Jay Joust, what's coming? I can see you find it maybe on TikTok. Yeah, maybe. All right, I gotta go all the way down to the back, see who's here tonight. I feel better about this because I can't get this freaking thing to work normally. Oh, let's see who wants to come on live. That ought to be fun. All right, so we'll leave that one just the way it is. Sorry, you guys. Come up with some questions. Cause an Astra. Come on live, dude. Let's see what happens. Who wants to be live tonight? Ought to be interesting. Cause an Astra. Come on down. Hit that invite button. Okay, who do we have here tonight? Michael, Rog, Michelle, Donald, Len. Good evening, Len. Back again. I see that. Passports. What's your crypto called? It's never, okay, it's called G-E-I. You know, it's like, give me a couple of G's, you know. James, Lucky, Natch. Okay, Faber, good evening, Faber. George, Pippin, Maddie, Johnny Tron. Okay, Mr. Bojangles, Deepster. What's happening over here, guys? Maddie Ice, Ty, what's going on? Scott, Donald, Workaholic, Mad Mortgage Guy, what's happening? Sean Johnson, Froggy, Ramus, Rudy, Alicia Campbell, much love, Paul Goodward, George Sammy, Stevie K, Robbie Riley. Robbie Riley, that's a cool name. Uh-oh, we got our first person on tonight. Who is it? Nope, nobody wanted to come on. Freckled Queen, how are you today? 6.9 dividend. What do we have here? Who do we have? KHC, okay. All right, who do we got? Mark, Brett, Michael, the Shop Panda, Cincinnatus, K-Van, Eric, Grant, Mike Cato, Joe, Perplexton. Okay, Perplexton, that's an interesting name. Turn off gingerbread filter on TikTok. Top effects on the left side of the screen. You know, that's like the 5th time somebody said the left side of the screen. I'm looking at my screen and there's nothing on the left side of my screen. Don't get me wrong, I'd turn it off in a heartbeat if it was that easy, but it's not. Oh, thanks, buddy. Not a problem. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see if I can do this. See how this works. Let's see how this works. Live, end live on other device. Go live. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and all righty, this one's working. All right, and let's rewind that one. Let's go there. Let's go over to, come on. There we go. All righty. The live has ended. Okay, because you're being difficult. That's why it ended. Oh, who do we have over here? Ghost, what's happening? Hello, Ghost. All Might 7073, how are you today? Okay, so we seem to have things in order now. All right, that's much better. All right, Marty, the Rain Man, Fred, Core, St. Martin, back again, live in paradise. I seen you back again. Freckled Queen, good evening. Ray, Chris Martin, good evening. Eddie Rodriguez, Corvette, Mr. Udea, Eli Cree, Joe Finello, Pigs in Space. I love that one, Pigs in Space. Yeah, no, I didn't fix it. I switched cameras. So that one's still not working properly. All righty, so what we'll do with that one? We will do this, and we will do that, and we will do that. All righty. All righty, all righty. Sav's group chat. Okay. Chat, here we go. I am St. Martin. Oh, Sav, that's you? Just looking on your TikTok. Cool. All right. Eric wants to take a look at, okay, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Eric, let me finish saying hi to everybody. Who else we got? We got Gene, we got Bobby, Milton, Astro, Sama, Susan. How are you, Susan? Michael Perry, Augustin, Terry, I see you now. Terry Marchand, okay. Road Korea, Brian, what's happening, Brian? Wild Man's in the house. Wild Bill, what's going on, Wild Bill? Tools of the Gods, how are you? MDG Contracting, cool. Realtor Perco, all righty. Finger Bowl. C-Match, okay. Herbie, how you doing, Herbie? OMP, okay. Network Bro, okay. Got it. Good. Verinda, Joey V, Boar. Boar is in the house. You couldn't come up with a better name than Boar? Like you're such a bore. Or you are a bore. Or you are bore. Anyway, just messing with you. Okay, who do we have down here? On YouTube, Deliberator, good evening. Are you visible? Yes, I am. Are you a doctor or teacher? I suppose you could call me teacher. What are you doing? I am sitting here. Actually, I'm standing, but now I'm going to be sitting. Running Gold. Yo, good evening. Running Gold, what's happening? All right. Trader Vahiro. Okay. Kenneth, how you doing, Kenneth? Vic Scoo. Pippa. Back again, Pippa, I see. Coco's Mama. What's happening, Coco's Mama? Deuce Day Trades, Cool Beans, Joyful Fortune, Mount Bobby, J-Win, Kelly Nick, Father of Flavo, okay. Tyrone, Drip Fan, Minty Fresh, back again, I see. Joshua, what's happening? Dr. Maury, what's going on? Fitz, thank you for sharing your knowledge. I learned a lot, all righty. The crypto is called, we already talked about that. The 10-MinuteTrader is fine. The other one is black. Yep, I saw that one, Fritz. Can you check Visa? We'll check that one a little bit. V, Running Gold. Got it. Good. All righty. So, what else we have down here? What are we doing? We're actually teaching how to invest in dividend stocks for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks and those are companies that consistently increase their dividends for at least 25 years. Increasing year after year, and weekly options. That's what we're doing. At least you didn't hit the sell button. No, I didn't. Free Tina Peters from Mr. President. I have no idea who Tina Peters is, and why are we freeing her, and why is she being held? All questions. I have no idea what they are, and I really honestly don't care. I don't do politics, so please, no politics. Our star, Big Rocks, Bobby, Dave the Ands. Mr. Anderson. It's nice to see you again, Mr. Anderson. Johnny Ringo. Gotta love Johnny Ringo. Drew here. What's happening, Drew? It's working. Yay. Okay, we'll check Visa in a little bit. Merv, how you doing? Jannard, how are you? Kevin, wow, got a lot of people tonight. A lot of people. All right. Who won the world are we looking for? Jonathan, I have no idea what that means. Exactly what are we doing and what are we looking for? Okay, Jonathan, what I'm looking for here is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week on my invested dollar. Now, I got 5 simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Rule number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule number 4, weekly options only. And rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Lisa Z, Jacob, B Dude, what's happening? What's happening? All right, let's keep on going. I feel like we're in the Pizza Hut manager's office. Okay, how do I get funded? I have no idea. That's not a game that I play. Why do people have their screens flipped? Richard, we already talked about that. Hey, Shrek, wasn't expecting a reply, fixed it. Fix the selfie mode for mirroring. All words are backwards. Ferno, you know, if I'm going to take a guess, you're about 623 people who ask me to mirror the screen. You don't think I've tried that already? If you go back, you'll see I have videos going all the way back to 2011. Okay? 1,500 videos on YouTube. Every single video I do with the selfie screen on the iPhone always comes up backwards. No way of fixing it. What are all the numbers to do? Keep an eye on. Road, Korea, how are you doing? We're going to take a... Okay, Road, we're going to answer that question in a couple of minutes. I'm just finishing saying saying hi to who's on YouTube down here. What's a trade you recommend for a beginner? For beginners, I recommend paper trading. That means playing Monopoly. 4 red houses, 1 green hotel. Or is it 4 green houses, 1 red? 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. Round and round you go. Where you land, nobody knows. So we're looking at investing. As a beginner, I always tell all beginners, paper trade, ask questions. Never stop asking questions. Okay, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I still ask questions. I don't ask as many as I used to because everything collapsed. All might 7073. Nope, everything hasn't collapsed yet. Let's go, brothers. We trade with weekly options that have 20 years of price increase. Absolutely. Why do you do social media? Because I'm retired and this is my only form of, communicating with the outside world other than my friends and family. So I'm sharing my knowledge. That's what I'm doing. Invest in Canadian steel. Algoma just made a deal with Korean shipbuilding company for $346 million plus 200,000 jobs by 2040. That's cool. But do they have 2 decades of consistent profits and weekly options? Josh, I got 1.5 today, brothers. Okay. Why do you do social media? Mike already answered that question. Canadian steel we used to sell to the USA. Okay, thank you. Said, hi, how you doing there? Amir's Gaming, how are you? Hey, Troy Key. Oi, mate, how you doing? Bobby Bones. Oh, my goodness. Going to give you the black dot of death. Half a candle will rise. Not necessarily so. Where are you from? I'm originally from Boston area. How are you doing tonight? My throat's a little bit sore if I'm talking too much. Now, remember, I talk 5 or 6 hours a day, every day. Except for Saturdays and Sundays. I take those days off. But the tea does help. Hey, Mayor Gaming. Hey. Can you look up eBay stock? Yeah, we'll look at that in a little bit. Man, Netflix is killing me. I'm going to take a look at Netflix. I bought some the other day. I just want to be free. Phil Collins, I'm going to agree with you, brother. But in order to be free here on this planet, you either need to be a woodsman, go out in the wilderness and just live off the land, or you need to get a bunch of money and have that money consistently come in on a safe basis every single month or every single week, because we're the only species on the planet that's got to pay to live here. Okay? So let's get started. Let's start looking at stuff. I said hi to enough people as it is. Let's keep on moving. Good evening. Visa. All right, so we got 3 we're going to check out. We got 6. So let's see how quickly we can go through these, all right? Microsoft's going to be first on the list. MSFT, Microsoft. Ooh, holy cow. Holy cow, did you see this? I didn't see it. I didn't see it until just now. Now, contrary to popular belief, I don't sit in front of my computer all day. I did today because I'm studying for the 65 series license, and that's a piece of crap if you ask me. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. But look at that right there. That's what I'm excited about, that right there, what's happened today. Now, when I say Microsoft, Microsoft is one of those companies called a dividend aristocrat, which means 25 consecutive years of increased profits. That means this year they plan on making more money than they did last year, which made more money than the year before, so on and so forth. So I'm looking for 2 decades of consistent profits, higher, 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 higher. Okay, so high, low, look at the motion. Okay, I'm looking at that right there. But 433.50. The 432s are going for 4, which, we don't want that one. That's for tomorrow. We don't want tomorrow. We want next week. One day is not going to give us anything. All right, here it is right here. Okay. So apparently, they got 4 February, and they get 6 February. We're going to do 6 February because that's next Friday. So if I buy it first thing tomorrow morning, 433.50, the closest strike price is going to be 432, and that's paying $8 per share. Now remember, I'm only looking for 1%. So for those of you that are new here, sit tight, ask questions, only ask the question once. I do have nine, count them, 9 different platforms that I'm streaming on. So if I don't get to your question right away, I will get to it before I sign off. That I promise you. Okay, only ask the question once and try to stick to the rules. The rules are very simple. Number 1, give us a good stock that we can play. Not something that's at the high of the year. I don't want to see high of the year. Okay, I got 5 criteria. It's got to be simple. It's got to be safe, predictable, consistent. Don't give me this one time it jumps up like a freaking rocket and we're going to expect it to never, ever, ever do it again. Predictable and consistent. Okay, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. 1% per week. That's what we're looking for. The goal for me, 1% per week, using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks. And the reason why I'm looking at dividend stocks is because they're predictable and they're consistent. That means they basically do the same thing every 90 days, just before they pay the dividend. Okay, so I've been playing this game long enough to notice that most good quality companies with at least 2 decades of consistent profits have a tendency to go up just before the dividend date. And that's what we want to look for. That's what I want to look for. I want to jump in just before the dividend is paid because the stock has a tendency to go up. And I want to get a 1% profit for the week and then move on to next week. All right? So road, we are going to talk about the numbers in a little bit. So the criteria, I already gave it to you. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. The 5 rules. Number 1, never buy something you don't understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. Which basically means if you're going to give me a suggestion, I'm going to rely on you. So I'm counting on you to know something, even some tiny little bit about what you suggest. Meaning, I don't want to see a stock at the high of the year because we can't do anything with that. Okay? I don't want to look at stocks that have monthly options because I don't do monthly options. It just doesn't work out for me. The numbers just aren't there. Okay? So please try to know a little bit about what you're asking. You want me to take a look at something? I really hope you know something about it because I really don't want to do the work for you. We're all adults here. Okay? Let's try to play the game nicely. Rule 1, never buy something you don't understand, which means don't ask me about something if you don't understand it. Rule 2, never, ever sell at a loss. Just because the stock goes from 560 down to 420, that is not a loss. That is only a decrease in price. Okay, a loss is when you actually agree. I'm going to say it slower so you understand it. It's not a loss until you agree to take it. So if I buy at 560 and I sell at 340, that is me willingly taking a loss. Well, I can tell you right now, that ain't going to happen with me. Okay, I will never sell for less than when I paid for it, because what I'm looking for is not to do with the stock whatsoever. I'm looking at this right here, the stock option. Stock options came into play in the 1970s. Okay, the stock market's been around since the 1600s. Okay, that's over 400 years. Stock options have only been here since the 1970s, so they're not that new. Okay, so they've been around. So I'm looking for in the money, at the money, or out of the money stock options on positions that I have. So if I buy 1,000 shares of Microsoft, that's 10 contracts. So if the stock is at 560, I got 10 contracts. If the stock is at 420, guess what? I still have 10 contracts. The amount of contracts never change. Okay, the stock price changes. So what I'm looking for specifically, consistency of profitability. Weekly options, that's it. Okay, so rule 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. Rule 3, this is a good one, you ready? Never buy a stock that is not consistently profitable. Now, you can buy whatever you want, but I'm telling you what I'm looking for. 2 decades, that's 20 years of increased profits. And it has directly to do with the dividends. Because if the dividend increases, so do the profits. Because you cannot give out more money unless you make more money. Okay? So, rule 4, weekly options only. If it has no options, I don't want to see it. If it has monthly options, I don't want to see it. Only thing I want to see, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this right here. Maybe this will work. Time lapse. And there we go. That ought to work. Yeah, that works. Okay, rule 5. Make sure all the numbers work. Now, we're going to get into each one of the rules and each one of the criteria as we progress through the night. I'm going to be here till about 11. It's just like a good movie. Everything is going to come together before we end. And hypothetically speaking, you should understand what we're doing. Okay? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Yes, that's over 50% per year for those who have a difficult time multiplying 1% multiplied by 52 weeks. So 1% a week is over 50% per year. If that's not enough for you, then you're definitely in the wrong place. If you can't commit 5 to 10 minutes every single day for a 50% return on your money, not that it's guaranteed, I did not say that, do not misquote me, okay? Potentially 50% or more a year. 1% per week is 50% per year if you do it right and if you are keeping a level head. Okay, so never sell at a loss. Make sure you buy something that you actually want to hold on to. Let's keep the ball rolling. What do we got first? Microsoft. Like I said, I like this. The reason I like this, look at that right there. Okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, big drop. Why am I excited about the big drop? Well, I'm excited about the big drop for a couple of reasons. Let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, 30 days ago, we're up here. We make a big drop down to here, shoot up nicely, and then what is this? You know what that is? That's a huge gap down. Why? There's probably something in the earnings. I don't know. I didn't look. I have no idea why I did this. But I like seeing it. And the reason why I like seeing it, because when a stock such as Microsoft, remember, 25 years or more of increased profits. That means year after year after year after year after year, higher and higher and higher profits. Well, why isn't Microsoft in your repertoire, in your little portfolio? Maybe it's too much money, but there are other ways to profit off of it besides buying the stock. But let's just stick to the simplicities of it. All right, so we should get some kind of a bounce back come tomorrow. That thing should bounce up tomorrow. It should. Because market makers, if it is an earnings play, market makers have a tendency sometimes to overreact to information. But here's another way of looking at it. Okay, now I tell this to people all the time, and a lot of people don't believe me. Okay, if a stock goes from a 30-day high to a 30-day bottom, and then shoots up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days from 440 to 480, 440 to 480 is a 10% jump. A 10% jump. You don't take your profit, guess what? Market maker's going to take it away from you. It's exactly what he did today. Okay, baby gapped down and kept on dropping. But the nice thing about it, if you didn't sell, okay, you didn't panic, oh, I'm going to get up. No, a lot of people did that. But anyway, tomorrow morning, watch out for that. It closed at 433. Okay, I'm willing to wager that it's going to bounce up tomorrow. That's just a little friendly wager. Okay, so not something I want to do because I don't do bottoms. I don't do tops and I don't do bottoms. I only do this right here. Bottom, 1, 2, third day I'll jump in. That's my goal. That's my rule for me. You got to figure out what works for you. I love 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 2 days up, third day I jump in. That's me. Okay, so we have a new 30-day bottom now. So even if she jumps up tomorrow and Monday, I won't jump in until Tuesday because I have my own rules. And very rarely do I ever break my own rules. Okay? Next, UNH. UNH. Now this is interesting because didn't we just talk about this with Microsoft? I'm going to show you this right here in about 2 seconds. Sit tight. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Down, up, down, sideways, down, big gap down. Same thing Microsoft just did. So let's zoom into it. Okay, didn't Microsoft just do this? And didn't we just say Microsoft, okay, they're at the bottom, 2 days up. Well, what was yesterday? Higher. Today was higher. Look, right there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer so you guys get a better look at it. I don't know if you can see that better. High here, big drop right there. 1 day up, 2 days up. If this thing is up higher again tomorrow, for me, it's a perfect entry. But I don't like UNH, so I don't trade UNH. But that's just me. But let's take a look. 292, the 292s are going for 550. Well, let's find out. If, right there, I want to go from, all right, sorry, I didn't show it to you. I'm going to change this single. Now, when I say there's lots of trading strategies you can do, single is just buying and selling. That's it, just buying and selling, nothing involved. Okay, vertical, well, that's where you're including options, where you buy one, you sell one, and you try to play one against the other. It's kind of like when your kid's trying to play mom against dad. Anyway, so back ratio, calendar, diagonal, strangle, straddle, covered, synthetic, butterfly, condor, iron condor, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're not going to do all that. We're only doing one. Okay, I only give away one, and it's 1% per week, which is about 50% per year. So if 50% per year is not enough for you, I can't help you out. But these will give you a lot more money, but they also come with a lot more risk and a lot more learning time to perfect it. What I'm giving to you is simple. You buy the stock and then you sell the stock at a higher price or at the exact same price and you collect the premium. Well, that's easy. That was created for my 9-year-old daughter. All these, a little bit more complicated, but they do make more money. But we're going to stick to the simple stuff. Covered call. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's easy. And I'm going to show you exactly how it is as we progress. So when I say simple, the simplest trading strategy is just buying. But there's a problem with just buying. When you just buy, you have to wait for the stock to move before you can sell and make money. Well, a covered call, you don't have to wait because the profit is already built in to the equation. Let me show you. Okay, so a covered call. I'm buying the stock, selling the option all at the exact same time. It's actually 2 trades in one. Makes it easier. All right, so We like it at 292. So the 292 is right there. So we're going to buy the 292 right there. All right, there we go. And here it pops up here. But we only want to do one contract. That way you get an idea of what one costs. And once you figure out what one costs, then you can figure out how many can you do comfortably. Because remember, you're in charge of what you do. You got two choices and only two. And don't let anybody kid you that you have more than two choices. See, I grew up in the 60s and 70s. We had two choices, chocolate and vanilla. That was it. I actually remember when they came up with strawberry. I said, what? Strawberry ice cream? No way. It was a new thing, all right? Because back in the 60s, it was chocolate and vanilla. That was it. Anyway, so, the two choices, sorry. Two choices. Learn to do it yourself. That's number one. Give up accountability. Give it to someone else to do. I don't want to do it, you do it. So I'm showing you how to get 1% a week. That's about 50% per year. If you give your money to a money manager, or a investment banker, or a broker, or whatever, they're going to say, yeah, you can get a 4 or 5% draw every year. So there's a huge difference between 4 to 5% as there is to 50%. But you make up your own minds. I'm just showing you the information. It's up to you to figure out whether you like it or not. And don't take my word for it. Don't even trust a damn word I say. If I say something that sounds interesting, write it down, do your own research. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of videos on how to do covered calls. But you know what I find rather disappointing? I'm going to change that to 1. What I find rather disappointing, okay, is that you can ask a question and you get a perfectly normal answer looking at it from one direction. Hey, this is right. This is awesome. This is wonderful. I got to ask the exact same question and get another answer that sounds right. It's actually horrible, terrible to the exact same question. Now, I get this with my girlfriend because we talk about what's going on in the country nowadays. So I'm listening to one side and they're saying one thing that sounds perfectly normal. And what she's listening to says one thing and sounds perfectly normal to her, but they're totally opposite. So it drives me nuts. It's like it would be nice if there was a fact-checking scenario online. It's like everything online was factual. If there was no laws whatsoever, no lying whatsoever. It's like we're big people. We're adults. We can understand it. We might not like it, but we can understand it. Okay? It's like, it's like a perfect example. How does somebody who has a $400,000 a year job afford a $5 million property paying cash with no mortgage? Explain that one to me. Something ain't right. I mean, they lied, they cheated, they stole. Just tell us. We know it's true. Don't give me that crap that he earned. No, he didn't. He got $400,000 a year. How the hell is he writing? How does he write a check for a $5 million house? No, no. All right, here it is. Buy one covered call UNH, 6 February. Now, 6 February is the option contract, and that's going to expire next Friday, the 6th of February. Okay, at 3:59 p.m., just before the market closes. Because at 4 p.m., it's worthless. Okay, so the way the stock option works is I'm going to buy the stock at the current price, whatever the current price is. Then I'm going to turn around at the exact same time. See, I'm doing 2 trades at once. Listen closely. Buy one covered call, UNH, 6 February, that's next Friday, the 292 call option. Okay, the stock is at 292.29, and I'm selling it at 292.50. Okay, against the stock at the market to open. No, I did not repeat myself. That is 2 orders. I'm opening up a stock order. It means I'm buying 100 shares. I'm opening up an option order. I'm selling 1 contract. I'm doing both at the exact same time. Buying the stock, selling the option, all at once. And look at this. Remember when I said simple, safe, predictable? Well, simple, it's not the simplest. It's like the second easiest. Wait a minute, yeah. So buying and selling is the simplest. Covered calls is the second easiest strategy. Now, when I said safe, now you can buy and sell stocks in your IRA. And you can do covered calls in your IRA. So the federal government is given the stamp of approval. I knew it was one of those words. The stamp of approval for covered calls in your IRA. So it's simple, it's safe, predictable. Remember I said predictable? I know exactly what my profit is going to be. It's right there. Okay, max profit, right there. I know what my profit's going to be before I even do the trade. Okay, now, I also know what it's going to cost me. Here's my profit, here's the cost, or here's my investment. Okay, now, the predictable part, do you remember why I said weekly options only? Well, this Friday, there's an option. Next Friday, there's an option. Next Friday after that, there's an option. The Friday after that, imagine that, there's another option. Okay, every single Friday. Predictable, consistent, safe, simple. That's what I'm looking for. Now remember, I said I created for my 9-year-old daughter. So when she was 9, she said, "Daddy, can you teach me?" Most adults don't get it. Anywhere between 5,000 and 50,000 people will come through these 9 channels every single night, asking questions, getting answers, interacting, because people want to know. Well, great. Ask the questions. I'll tell you the best I possibly can. All right, so profit, investment, let's check out exactly what kind of rate of return is that. Now remember, this is totally different than anything you've seen before, because you probably grow up with annual rates of return, the annual percentage. Well, I'm buying a house. What's my annual rate? Okay, I'm buying a car. What's my finance? What's my annual percentage rate? It's always annual, 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 annual. I don't know about you guys, but I live one day at a time. I live 1 week at a time. Now, if there was day trading, no, I wouldn't do it because that takes too much time and effort. But weekly, see, I grew up in the 60s and 70s and 80s. We went to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. We came home at 5 o'clock at night. Well, stock market's the exact same thing. I log on at 9 in the morning, and I'm usually off by 10 or 11, only because in the morning I have a bunch of people that actually trade with me. We actually have our own trading group. All right, so let's check out what the rate of return is. For that, we take the profit, 810. Okay, 810 is the profit. The investment is 28,000. This is Microsoft. Okay, this is not Sally's shoes, so yeah, it's a little bit pricey. I'm going to divide that by the investment, 28,440. That comes to a total of 2. Listen closely, 2.8% for 1 week. So here's the catch. Well, if the stock stays above 292.50, I keep all that money, and someone gives me all my money back, all 28,000, and then I get to pick something else next week. But if the stock drops, if it goes below 292.50, it could be 292.49. I keep the money, I keep the stocks, and I sell another covered call next week. So the longest I ever done that is 18 months, and that was WBA, Walgreens. It gave me 1, 2, 3% every single week for 18 months. It was freaking crazy. But it is what it is. I have no problem whatsoever holding on to Microsoft if it gives me 1 to 2% every single week. But 2.8? Hell yeah. Let's save this one. So we're going to save this one. And we're going to look for another one. Oh, this is UNH. All right, we'll do Microsoft next. No, wait a minute. We already did Microsoft. This is UNH. All right, UNH. University of New Hampshire. No, it's actually United Health Group. All right, here it is right here. There it is. UNH. Buy one covered call, UNH, 6 February, the 292.50s. Here's the profit. Here's the investment. Simple. People want to know, can you make it larger so we can see it? There you go. Now, I probably could get it larger, but I'd have to I'd have to reposition my whole room because that basically takes up quite a bit of space. I mean, I could get the big 90-inch TV or the 100-inch TV, but it is what it is. All right, so let's save this one and go to the next one. 2.8. Look at this. We got 2.8. Wait a minute. We got UNH last night. 2.8. What's next? Next was Schlumberger. Ooh, another dividend king. Now, a dividend king is any company that has 5 decades of increased profits. That means year after year after year, more money. You like this one? More money, more money, more money, more money. That's what I'm looking for. A company that is consistently profitable and has higher and higher dividends year after year after year. Okay, so let's do Schlumberger, SLB. Let's get all the way back to where we were. SLB. Now, I'm going to hit the enter button. The next screen's going to pop up, and I want you at the top, at the back of your head, count. Count with me and see how long it takes you to find those 5. We're looking for 5 things. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, and where's it going? See how long it takes you to find it. Are you ready? On a count of 3. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it better, and I'm going to get out of the way. All right, right there. That's about as big as I can make it. All righty. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, sideways, up, down. That was only 3 seconds. Did you notice that? The high, easy to see. The low, easy to see. Where was it a year ago? Easy to see. Where is it now? Easy to see. 5, where's it going? Sideways down, sideways up, down. That's it. Unfortunately, we're going to say no to Schlumberger this week because, okay, here's the bottom here. She shot up, now she's coming back down. This is exactly what we're looking for, but we're going to put Schlumberger on the list to look at 2 weeks from today because we want to give it time for it to drop back down again because that's what stocks do. They go up and then they go back down again. All right, so Schlumberger, let me get my list. List. SLB 2 weeks from today. Give me a second, I'm old. Yes, I'm old. I actually write stuff down. SLB. All right, Schlumberger 2 weeks from today. All right. All right, we got all those done? Jim Bibby, what's happening? I didn't get this morning's link to the morning group. Oh, Jim, I have to double check. Okay, Jim, send me a text on TikTok. Okay, to double check your email. Actually, you got my phone number, Jim. Just send me a text to my home phone, and I'll double check your email. With your email. Okay, I'll double check. Sav. I am St. Martin, looking at your TikTok. Okay, got it. All right, so let's get some more questions. What are we looking at? Somebody wanted to take a look at Visa. Let's move this thing back over. And we're going to look at Visa. You ready? Here we go again. See how quick you can find it. Visa, there we go. High, low, was, is. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, it's actually going up. 331. The 330s are going for 7. That's over 2% also. So let's take a look at Visa. If you like Visa, of course. Okay. We don't need all 14. Let's only look at 8. All right. So let's take a gander. All right. Glasses, glasses, glasses. All right. Need my glasses. Don't get old. It's no fun. Okay. The screen, literally, the screen is 5 feet away. And it's a screen bigger, it's bigger than this screen, okay? It's bigger than this screen, 5 feet away, and I still need the damn glasses. Don't get old, it's no fun. Anyway, a year ago, 335. Now, we bottomed out in April at 298. We topped out in the beginning of June at 375. Look at the last 90 days. Okay, high, low, was, is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. Nice. Here's the high. Look, it drops. Now it's going back up again. That's exactly what we're looking for. Stocks go up to a certain point, And then there's people like you and I says, no, it's not worth 360. Let me take my profits. I take my profits, what happens? Stock drops. Okay, now it's down to 325. Wait a minute. Visa, 325? Yeah, I'm gonna buy some. What happens? Starts to go back up again. It's a freaking, I don't even know what kind of dance you want to call. But it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So it went up, profit taken, now it's come down, now it's going back up again. So 331, the 331s are going for 730. Let's see what this one looks like. So Visa at 730. Back to covered calls. There we go. 330, 320. Let's do 327. All right, one contract. Oops, too far. One right there. Here we go. One contract. By one contract, one covered call, Visa. 6 February, 327.50. Visa. To open. Remember, 2 orders. We're buying stock, selling the option, all in one play. Okay? 937. Is that right? 937 and it's only 31,000? That's a nice freaking number. Hold on. Let's play it out. Okay, calculator. Okay, profit 937. Okay, we're going to divide it by the investment. Okay, anytime you're trying to figure out what your rate of return is, you got to figure out how much money did you put up? What kind of profit are you making? Then you just do some simple math. You divide the profit by the investment and you get your rate of return. But our rate of return is weekly. Okay, and if we do it every single week, we get to multiply that by 52 and get a rough idea of what we could make if we just change our life by adding what, another 5 or 10 minutes to our morning ritual? Think about it. You could retire early. You can double, triple, quadruple the returns on your money. Why the hell not? All right, so let's find out. 937 divide 31,000. This one's less than the other one. All right. Rate of return 2.9. This is better than the last one we just saw. 2.9% if you like Visa. Now, isn't that kind of like a stupid question? Do I like Visa? Do I know what they do? Am I okay with buying it? Well, 2.9. I don't know about you. $2.9 for Visa. There we go. Buy one covered call Visa, 6 February, 327.50. 937 is the profit, 31,000 in the investment. That's 2.9% for 1 week, if that makes sense to you. $2.9. Next, what do we got next? So basically, you are selling options. John Bohe, never a buy. No, John, I don't buy options. I don't. 80% of all options expire worthless, so I don't want to be an option buyer. I'm an option seller. Okay? And I'm only looking for 1% every week, John. My freaking belt's not on right. All right, that's better. More comfortable. CR, you're definitely in the wrong place, CR. Rich, Candemil. All right. Gaps usually are filled. Exactly right. Kawasaki, what's happening? Time to delete. Does Microsoft violate your rules over 300? Yeah, it does. John Bohe, thank you. Oh, Julius. Oh, no, Luis. Luis wants to take a look at Bank of America. Hold on, I missed some questions. All right, right here. Gaps usually fill. Does Microsoft? Yep. Astro, Macy's. All right, Mike Cato wants to take a look at Macy's. Macy's used to be one of my #1 stocks. Now I'm short Macy's. Not that I wanted to. I never do it, but I got stuck there anyway. All right, Macy's. Macy's it is. Here we go. There it is. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, sideways, up, down. All right, it's at 2020. Okay, the 20s is going for 27, which is still over 1%. But look at where it is. Okay, it's at a new 30-day bottom. Okay, Cato, sorry, brother. 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Now, if you really like Macy's, which I really like Macy's, I do, I'm going to wait because tomorrow this could turn around and start going up. So I could be in this as soon as Tuesday. Because remember, I want 2 days to the upside, which could be tomorrow, could be Monday, which means I'd be jumping in on Tuesday. That's it. Because I don't buy on Wednesday, I don't buy on Thursday, and I don't buy on Friday. I do all my buying on Mondays and Tuesdays. Sorry, we're going to say no to Macy's. Luis, Bank of America, BAC. All right. High, low, was, is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. That's what we're looking for right there. There's the high, pulls back, now she's there. Whoops. All right. So, we're going to look at the 53. The 53 is paying 78. That's over 1.5%, if you're okay with that. Okay, let's take a look. Look at your last 30 days. Okay, you can't ask for better than this. 30-day high, 30-day low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. 53, 53, 78. That all works. Those are the numbers that we're looking for. What do we have here? All these questions that I miss, questions I miss, questions I miss. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, I missed all these questions. There's a lot of them. All right, where's questions, questions? All right, we got that one. Jaden, I just put 3,400 today in Microsoft, bought the dip. Should I have put it in VOO index instead? Now, Jaden, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you I really don't like VOO, and we'll see if we can check that out in a minute. Okay, so Bank of America, let's check that one out. But we are going to take a look at VOO for you in a second, Jaden. Covered call, let's change that. Then we want to look at the 53 right there. Just one contract. There we go. And you ready? Okay, the 53, the 53. Okay, 53. 5308. Okay, everything looks okay. Confirm and send. Buy one covered call, Bank of America, 6 February. 53 call option to open to open. Remember we talked about that. $92 is the profit. The investment is $5,200. So what's the rate of return? The rate of return, 92 divided by 5208. Grand total of 1.7. 1.7% for 1 week. Let's check it out. 1.7 for the week. And there it is. By one covered call, Bank of America. 6 February. That's next Friday. The 53 call option against the stock. to open. 92 is the profit. 52 is the investment. 1.7 is the rate of return for 1 week. Imagine that, 1.7 for 1 week. Okay, 1.7. All right, let's answer some of these questions that we got. Questions. What do we have? King Ho, hi, wants to co-host. Nope, don't know you, dude. Sorry. That was quick, wasn't it? All right, what do we have for questions? Mute on Saturday and Sunday, absolutely. Yeah, I try not to talk on Saturdays and Sunday, kind of rest my voice. Terry, thank you, James, for sharing your knowledge so far. Been learning and earning. Great method. All righty, dude. Bobby C, bro. Stoked to extend the crane. What we doing to expand the port, my dude? Bobby C, you got to have to speak a little bit more northern English, okay? I'm from the north. K-View. Kenray wants to take a look at K-View. K-View. I know that's Kimberly's favorite, K-View. K-V-U-E, K-View. And we want to change this to covered stock right there. Oh, ouch. Dude, what happened to K-View? Kenray, see that? Right there, she went up. Now she pulled back. She's pulling back at the moment, so just sit tight and wait. Madman Tacoma. What's happening? Dr. Corey, what would you do if the underlying stock goes down to a point that the weeklies do not pay? I would not buy that in the first place because, Dr. Corey, what I'm looking for, okay, when I'm looking at stocks to buy and to trade, let's do this for a second. Uh-oh. What is that stock I'm thinking of? Oh, that's it right there. All right, Doc, what I'm looking for specifically, see the stock price, $18.50? The strike price right here, $18.50? It's paying 19 cents, which is over 1%. Look at one strike out of the money. Okay, it goes from 19 down to 3. Then from 3, it goes to 1, then to 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, I don't do those because those premiums are horrible. If you get stuck with that stock and the stock drops, you're not going to get anything as a premium. Christopher Lee did not receive link today. Oh, sorry, Christopher Lee. I'll have to double check. Send me a text. I will double check your email address. We've had a bunch of problems this morning. So check out this one. Okay, 118 is the price. The 118 is going for 340. That's a nice premium. 1 strikeout, 290. 2 strikes out, 250. 3 strikes out, 240. 4 strikes. Let's go even further. Okay, 4 strikes out, 204. 5 strikes out, 169. 6 strikes out, 137, and that's still over 1%. So before you buy something, remember what I said, rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Well, part of the numbers is, what am I buying it for? What strike price am I selling? What am I collecting? And as you're looking at what you're collecting, look at what you might have to collect next week, the week after, the week after, the week after, the week after, if the stock drops. So not just are you making 1% every week, but what do the premiums look like? Because some of the premiums are horrible. Look at AGNC. Whoops, back up here. AGNC. Okay, same thing. Current price, $11.97. Well, the 12s are going for 10 cents. Not great, but look at 1 strike out, 1 penny. 2 strikes out, 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't trade that one either. It's not always the stock. It could be a great company. Look, she shot up nicely. Great, wonderful. But the numbers just don't look right. They don't look appetizing. It may look good in the picture on the menu, but when it serves on the plate, it just doesn't look that good. Did I buy EPD? No, not enough dividends for EPD. Sorry. Sorry, Jacob. So let's keep on keeping on. Johnny Bohey. All right, wait a minute. Well, come on. Okay. Whoops. All right. K-Van. Found out I can sell options in my HSA, generate cash flow, income, pay medical premiums. Game changer. K-Van. Give me a buzz or send me some information on that. That stuff sounds really good. I'd like to share it with everybody else if you're okay with that. Madman says, oh, yeah, Madman says no to Bank of America. All right. Michael, ABV, ABBV. Interesting. Ooh, nice premiums. See? Always check the premiums, the numbers. Remember what it says? Make sure the numbers all work. All right. So, AbbVie, the high, 244. The low, 163. Look at the last 30 days. Unfortunately, we just missed out on this one. Michael, check it out. 30-day high. Got your profit taken as a 30-day bottom. Now, 210, it jumped up to 228. 210 to 228 is 18 bucks. 18 bucks on a $210 stock is what, 8%, maybe 9? Not enough, but enough to start profit taking yesterday. So it hit here, now it's coming back down again. Not quite what I'm looking for, but close. Okay, Vinny Lavorgna. Okay, Vinny. AMD. Advanced Micro Devices. AMD. Advanced Micro Devices. Okay. I'm going to say no, Vinny, only because I don't buy at the high of the year. It's too close to the high for me. Sorry. Okay, I can't read this, but I'll answer the question. How many days does a stock price has to go up after a drop before you buy the covered call? Me, 2 days to the upside. And then on the third day, I'll jump in. Uh-oh, Hardin, are you doing mental math? Yes, I am. When you say these are the numbers we are looking for, can you explain that on BA? BA is Boeing. Okay, I'm going to say no on Boeing right off the bat. Okay? The high was just last week. Now she's dropping. Well, there's a good reason. Take a look. Look at that run up. She went from 170 all the way to 260. 170 to 2. Look. 170 to 260. Well, of course there's going to be profit taking. Okay? So profit taking, it comes down. All right, so you want me to show you the numbers. All right, well, the purchase price, 234. Okay? 234, 234, 234, 234. That's the current price, 234. The closest strike price is 235. Okay? And it's going for 365. That's more than 1%. Because what's 1% of 234? Think about it. What's 1% of 234? 234. 1% of 234, 234. Get it? 234, $2.34. You're just moving the decimal point over. So 1% of $234 is $2.34. So 365 is more than 234, but it's still going to be a no because the high was on Monday. Now it's dropping. Okay? Now, if you like it, which I like Boeing, so let's put Boeing down for 2 weeks from today. And see what happens. Next. Thank you again. Lots of new ideas. You got it. Hardin, we already looked at Bank of America. How many days of stock? We already did that one. Okay, got all those. Michael, Mike, and Shro, 97. All right. Terry, thank you. You're welcome. Bobby, got it. KView already looked at. Fuga, how come your screen doesn't show the big gap drop on Microsoft? MSFT. It does. It's right there. See it? But if I zoom into it, okay, it's right there. That's the big drop on Microsoft. It's showing there. Stryker, Anthony, you give me the ticker symbol because you make it sound like I know that. Cold War Kid. I never heard of that stock before. Good Trouble, USAR. U.S. Rare Earth. Okay. Now, I don't think this thing has been around very long, and it's actually dropping. So, no. Sorry. What dividend company you like best? Edson, Valencia. Dividend Kings. Dividend Aristocrats. Dividend Champions. Dividend Contenders. And then anything on Warren's list. What is your exit strategy? Alonzo, my exit strategy is for the stock to hit my target. I'll give you an example. USAR is at 22. So if I buy the stock at 22, I'm going to sell it at 22. That's my exit. I'm buying it at 22.07. I'm selling it at 22. Which is less than what I paid for it. But why am I doing that? Because of the option premium. The option premium is $1.50. So in actuality, if I buy it for 22.07 and I sell it for 22, I collect $1.50 per share. So I'm actually selling it for $23.50. So I'm buying it 22.07, and you take this, the strike, and the premium, add them together, that's $23.50. And I only have to do it once. I don't have to look at it. Okay, buy it, sell it, walk away with that. My exit is to sell it at 22. If the stock drops below 22, I still keep this amount of money. And then I look at next week's, which would be the 13th of February. And that 22 is going for $1.95. So there's always an exit strategy where I never lose and I still have income coming in. I shouldn't say never lose, because if the world blew up and it just, imagine this for a second. Okay? Imagine this. The earth opens up and swallows every single Coca-Cola manufacturing, every single Coca-Cola vending machine, every single Coca-Cola billboard sign, anything that says Coca-Cola on it. Could it happen? Yeah. Is it probable? No. Because if you talk to the Congress, well, there's a chance that it could go up. Yeah, there is a chance. A chance in freaking hell. Think about it. Coca-Cola has manufacturing plants all over the globe. Could they go bankrupt? Could they go belly up and stop making Coca-Cola? They could. I seriously doubt it, but they could. Think about it, because that's the risk. That's like Ford disappearing off the face of the earth. Could it? Well, a lot of other car companies did. You probably never heard of the Nordson. You probably never heard of the Moon, All Days and Onions, the Gaylord. You've heard of REO Speedwagon, but they don't make those anymore. Okay? So could Ford disappear? Yeah, it could. Is it probable? Probably not. What other questions we got? Palantir. Oh my God. Why do people like that piece of crap? What do I know? That's what I say. What the hell do I know? I don't do Palantir. The dividends just aren't that great. That's all I'm going to say to that. Sam and Madison. Good evening, good evening. Jared, how are you? Slim, Mr. Rico. Hey, man. Hey, man. Oh, Dr. Corey throws in Pepsi. Comes up with a curveball. Pepsi, Dividend King Extraordinaire. Ooh, it's going to be a no. Guess why it's going to be a no? Here's your bottom. Shoots up nicely. But zoom. Ooh, what the hell did I just do? I hit something. No, I did, didn't I? Holy shit. How did I do that? Apparently I X'd out of my trading account. So it's gone. Anyway, I have to wait for it to reload. And who knows? Yeah, see, who knows how long that's going to take. All right, that being said, let's answer some questions while we're waiting. All righty. Hey, man, Glocky Road, what's going on? Your main go-to for dividend stocks. Johnny, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders. Anything on Warren Buffett's list. Julio, Netflix. Now, Julio, I do have Netflix, so I am keeping a close eye on it. I just couldn't tell you at this moment. We have to wait for this thing to reload because I hit the wrong button. See? I hit the wrong button plenty of times. I did it again. Didn't do it on purpose. I was just moving my thing. All right, anyway. Netflix kitty. I just want to be free. Phil Collins, I hear you, brother. Helpful hints for me. Leo. Practice, practice, practice. Get yourself a good paper trading account and just keep practicing. What's the key to happiness? Phil Collins, that's easy. Work hard, live right, find something you believe in. That's it. Work hard, live right, find something you believe in. Being happy, yay! Also, Phil, think of it this way. Every day you wake up, okay? You wake up, you open your eyes, and you say, you know what? I got two choices. It could be a good day, or it could be a crappy day. It's your choice. You get to decide what it's going to be. So you decide what you want it to be. I always wake up in the morning, it's going to be a good day. H-bar, Edward, we'll take a look at it in a minute. I'm stuck at 50K, or 500K. Oh, boo-hoo for you. You do know that 500K is over $5,000 a week, right? 500K is over $5,000 a week. That's over $20,000 a month. Yeah, that's a nice little chunk. All right. That's one of my cryptocurrency that we're working on. We're working on our own crypto. Reason being, I don't trust the government. Okay, I have 7 accounts. I can only have access to 3 of them. They took away 4 of them on me. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Okay, hold on while I reload. All right, what other questions we got? Okay, Julio, we're going to take a look at Netflix in a minute. Dusty, we already looked at Microsoft. Yes, we're going to look at that. SoFi, Mr. Rico, SoFi. Yeah, no, thank you. SoFi is not consistently profitable the way I would like it to be. And Meta, no way. Meta only has 3 years. Okay. Arnold A. Torres. Okay. Meta has 3 years of dividends. That's it. I want 2 decades. That's 20 years. So talk to me in 17 more years with Meta. Phil Collins is stuck at 500,000. Can you help me on my math test? Nope. Because if I help you, you don't learn anything. Isn't that weird? If I help you, you don't learn anything. Goat, Asian country. Okay. No, flop feature on available for screen. Nope, 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 nope. Please fix the selfie mirror module. How do you do that? Okay, Ferno Factor. You're number 34 who mentioned that it's mirrored. Yeah, I'm well aware that it is. Okay, I'm also well aware that I've done 1,500 videos with it mirrored because as of this moment, I have no idea how to turn it around. And no, it's not on the phone. And no, it's not on YouTube. It's somewhere in between. Sunset Bunny, that's a little disturbing, but okay. Why am I on social media? Because when I retired, I thought to myself, what can I do? And I think it is, in a very short way, I find it to be in poor taste or sinful to take all the knowledge that someone has accumulated throughout their lifetime to the grave. So I'm creating a video log for my children and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, so when I'm gone, they can go back and they can check out how to invest for weekly cash flow. Because the stipulation in my trust for the children to inherit any money from me, or the money that I leave behind, they can't have any of it until they can prove they can do what I'm doing to earn it. That makes sense? Okay? I know way too many people, when their parents died, give them a big fat chunk of change, and a year or two later, they're broke. Okay, I know this one girl, she inherited $900,000. It took her 4 years for it to be all gone. Okay? Then my friend of mine, he inherited $250,000, gone in a year. My niece won $15 million. Yep, $15 million on a scratch-off ticket. 3 years later, she's broke. So no, I'm not giving my children and my grandchildren anything unless they can prove to the executor of the estate that they know how to do it. And they can't have any of the principal. They can only spend a portion of the profits they make from the strategies that I am giving to you for free. That's why I'm here, to create a video log so they can have hours upon hours upon hours to watch and rewatch. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm not just giving all my money to my children and my grandchildren. They have to actually prove to the executor of the estate that they can handle the money. I think more parents should do that. You know, the Carnegies, he gave away all his money. The Vanderbilts, the first Vanderbilt died broke within 2 generations because nobody teaches these people what to do with money. Just because you have money doesn't mean you know what to do with it. All right, Dusty, what rate of return does your group get? Well, that's an interesting question because it's not like we pool all our money into one. No, we all have our own separate trading accounts, but we all look at the same things and we all look, and then I just help people out with what they're looking at. Like, for instance, we're looking at IBM. Oh, great. Well, if I jump in and Joe jumps in and Kim jumps in, we're not all getting at the same price, but we all have the same goal in mind. So we all take a look. What is the chart telling us? What do the options look like? What is the safest bet for me? Now, I have a different risk factor than Rick or Sherry or Steve or Kim, okay? So I do a little bit safer trades because I have no desire to go back to work. I'm looking for safety, simplicity, profitability, and consistency. So I try to keep that in mind. When I sell a put, I try to get 2%. Knowledgeable, in fact, back again, dude. I remember you being here a while ago. Awesome. I still say, dude, you got to send me a number. You two, you and I, we should do some kind of a joint venture. I got no problem whatsoever sharing the limelight, you know? So drop me a number. You and I will get on together and we will share what we know together. I think that's an awesome idea. All right, let's keep on going while we're waiting for this thing to try back on. All right, so let's keep on going. What do we have down here? All right, I need to plug that one in. Yes, I know I have plugs for all of them. I just, why did that just turn off? All right, that's installing updates. All right, while we're waiting for that, I own them. Pepsi World, I own them. What do you own what? All right. Almandulia, okay. Luis Angel de la Garza. Evening, sir. Jay Trish, how are you? Kevin, good evening. HPE TV, okay. Sets and Gut. Les, Deep Ash, how are you guys doing? Caleb, CBS, you're going to have to wait till this opens back up again. What was that last stock? I believe that was, I don't even know what it was. Roll Astrea. Then bam, it drops because of Trump or tariffs. Do you roll them or what? Of course I roll them. Okay? I always look at what did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? And what should I do next? It's all A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. If this happens, then do we do A? If this happens, then we do B. It's very simple. You got to remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. And for a 9-year-old, it had to be simple and safe, predictable in less than 10 minutes. I mean, how do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? It's got to be fun, simple, safe, predictable, all that stuff. Let's keep going. Sorry if I'm interrupting your day there, Mr. Mike. Hey, found us. All right. Hope you get better. I hope so, too. Josh, you made 1.5 off of Microsoft today. Good for you. John, you're higher. Okay. So he has been retired, so he's making 50% a year over the last 3 years. No, dude, over the last 20 years. Okay? I make 1.4% on average. Okay? Over the last 15 years, 15 to 20 years. Yeah, but when you roll them over, you still lose money. So you got to double down just to make it. Now, I'm not 100% sure how you're rolling your positions. But when I roll my positions, I make, okay, you know what? Here's a good one. Because this camera's not working at the moment. Let's open this bad boy up, and I'm going to show you this. All right, hold on a second. Okay, we're going to open up Robinhood. Okay, Robinhood. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. See? Right there, there, see? Okay. Now, we're going to do the very top one. The very top one is Dell. Now, I sold the 128 Dells for this week. All right? Now, see? Top one, 128 Dells. Okay, that's what it's worth right now. It's worth 6 cents. See that? That's what it's worth. It's worth 6 cents. So I'm going to hit the trade button right there. Trade. See that? Trade button. All that pops up. View options, roll position, sell, buy. So I'm going to roll position. All right. It tells me what position I'm on. See? What position I'm on. Okay. And it says select new position. Select new position. Now, I'm going to go to February 6th, right up on the top. See? February 6th. Now, I'm looking at the 128s. Okay, February 6th. Right there. Okay? February 6th. The 128s. Way up here. Right there. Okay, it's at 44 cents. So my current option is at 6 cents. And my new option is at 44. Now, I don't know where you guys went to school, but 44 is a lot higher than 6. Okay? See? 44 is higher than 6. So I'm going to hit 44. Okay, and I'm going to do 10 of them. Wait a minute, I hit the back button. Damn it. whoops, 6. The 128 right there, 44. Okay, and there's a new one. Okay, it says right there, position 1 day, 6 cents. See it? The top, 6 cents per share. That's what it's at now. And the new one for 2/6 is 58. Let's go back and let's hit continue. And there it is right there. $379 just for that one position. Okay, so I'm just rolling it. I'm buying back this week's, selling next week's, the exact same strike price, $379. Review. Okay, review. It says buy 130 to close, sell 2/6 to open. Slide forward. And as it fills tomorrow morning, that's $300, $329, just like that, just for rolling for 1 week, and that's just one position. Done. So I don't know how you're rolling yours. I thought 0.6, and now it's worth 0.05. You lost. No. 0.06. Let me go back, because apparently you didn't quite see that right. Okay, let's cancel that one. No. We'll leave it there. Okay, look at closely. 0.06. Do you see that? 0.06. Not 0.6. It's 6 cents, not 60. No, that was an example. No, it wasn't. That's an actual live trading account. Okay, what else we have up here? Okay, yeah, but you lost. No, I did not. Because I sold, what did I originally sell that for? Hold on. Okay. I originally sold it for 30 cents. Okay? Originally sold for 30 cents. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay? I sold it for 30 cents. Now it's worth 6 cents. So I'm buying it back at 6 cents and I'm selling next week's at 44. Okay, so I've been doing this long enough. I don't need you to tell me that I'm doing it wrong or that I'm losing, because trust me, I very rarely lose. So rolling only happens after the options are not called at the end of the week. No, rolling happens whenever it makes sense. Okay, so whenever you're looking at, especially with not Thinkorswim, sorry, especially with, what do you call this damn thing? Robinhood. All right. Every single one of the positions, it will tell me what it's at. Okay? Positive 80%, positive 73, positive 82, positive 90, positive 91, positive 81, blah, blah, blah. But don't get me wrong, I got some losers too. Okay? Dell down 76, Oracle down 88, Kroger down 72. But those are long-term plays. I'm not worried about them being down because I have no intention of selling them less. Okay? And down there, I got my other reds also. So not everything's green, okay? So the one I just showed you was the top one on the list. Okay, if I click on that, right there, it's at 6 cents. 6 cents per share. Okay? So I just hit the trade, roll position, and then I picked a new position. That's all. It's simple as that. So rolling happens after, Vino, it happens whenever it makes sense. I pick up my phone and I just go back, click, 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 and then where am I? Okay, where am I? And I scroll up. What looks good? Okay, up 80%. Yeah, I want to roll it. Up 73%. Yeah, I want to roll it. Up 90%. Yep, I want to roll it. Okay, when it's down, I don't have any of this down. Not for the options. But I always look every day. What am I at? What did I buy it for? What does it look like? What should I do? Sometimes doing absolutely nothing is the answer. Other times rolling it forward is the answer, or doubling down and adding to the position. It all comes down to, what did I buy? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do next? They're all simple questions. Not that was an example. Roll list area. Oh, whatever. I'll have to study up on rolling. Or, you know what? You could just join the morning group and we can do it together and you get to make money from it. No, what I said. Okay. All right. All right. So what else we got? Questions. Look at this. It's still uploading. So it's got nothing to do with me. So apparently they're doing something in Thinkorswim. How do I join? You go to the website, top left-hand corner. Okay? Top left-hand corner of your screen. It'll say The 10-Minute Trader. And just click on that and just follow the prompts. I want to join the morning group. Passport Eric, how are you today? I've seen you. Dude, you've been here plenty of times. You have, Passport Eric. I am him. Oh, cool name, dude. All right, you got it. But you know what? Before you join, drop your number down. I'll give you a buzz and we'll talk. Okay? I won't try to sell you anything. Okay, Josh. He tells us the U.S., the rules. He tells us the rules a lot. Well, yeah, 'cause there's always rules. Len for the next week. Len. Is that Lenar? What happened to Boeing today? We looked at it earlier, so I couldn't tell you anymore. What time frame do you analyze? Okay, Lek, I analyzed the 1 year chart first. Okay, it takes 3 to 4 seconds. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where's it now? Where does it look like it's going? Okay, if it's at the all-time high, no thank you. If that's a dead rock bottom, no thank you. If it's swinging up and looking decent, then I'll take a look to the 90-day chart, the last 3 months. Then I will take a look at the 30-day chart to give me an idea of where do I think it's going next. Because stocks only do 2 things. They go up, they go down, and then they do it over again. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's it. The idea is to time it right. I look for a 30-day top, a 30-day bottom, because as it drops to the 30-day bottom, it turns around, goes back up again. It's kind of like a roller coaster. You go up one hill and then you come down the next one. Now, all the hills might not be the exact same, but they are there. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They up, they down, and up and down. That's what they do. It's kind of like a roller coaster. All right. Okay, Rake Shagosh. Gold. Yeah, I don't do gold because you can't get cash flow from gold. XM Broker. Real app, sir. No idea what that means, but okay. Rollistar. Do you do this with SPY? Hell no. No. If you check SPY, go take a look at historical performance and then check how often has SPY been consistently profitable. Okay, so SPY does pay a dividend every 90 days, every quarter. So you take a look at how often has that increased consistently, and you will say, no, thank you. Because there's only about 300 companies that actually consistently profitable. And that's about it. Those are the ones that I like best. This guy's brilliant. Thank you, Josh. Copper, Lek, I don't do, wait a minute. Don't get old. Seriously. Futures, yeah, I don't do futures. And copper is a future. Automotive Maven, what's happening? That's all right, buddy. We're sitting on the top of the mountain, and so we know who's full of it. I'm going to agree with you. Way to go. Dylan, how are you doing? I have never seen you look at price to earnings ratio as an indicator. Do you think that this measurement of a company isn't important? All right, Dylan, you're missing a few minor key factors. Okay? Dylan, listen closely. The trading strategy I am giving to you for free was created simply, predictably, consistently for a 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Okay? So no, I did not teach a 9-year-old price earnings action. I didn't teach her about the Greeks. I didn't teach her about the MACD. I didn't teach her about Elliott wave. I didn't teach her anything of that. What I taught her is to look at a chart. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where does it look like it's going? It's kind of like a teeter-totter, you know, up, down, up, down, up, down. go to a schoolyard, okay? Little kids, they'll show you up, down, up, down, up, down. The patterns are repeatable. Also, Dylan, price and earnings have nothing to do with profitability. Either the company's profitable or it's not. So it's not that difficult to look at the dividends. And guess what? Somebody already did it for you. I didn't do it. Somebody did it for me too. There's somebody out there who makes a list of every single company that increases its profits year after year after year. And those are called dividend kings. 5 decades. Now, 5 decades is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Consistently increasing. Now, once a company becomes a dividend king, they want to stay there because that's the cream of the crop. You cannot get any higher than a dividend king. There is no dividend emperor, and there is no dividend god. Okay, the highest you can possibly get is a dividend king. 5 decades of increased profits. Okay, it's nothing to do with price action, nothing to do with earnings ratios, nothing to do with the Greeks, nothing to do with Fibonacci's, nothing to do with MACD, nothing to do with any of that. Consistency of profitability, Dylan. That's it. It's either the right time to buy it or it's not. And I'm not holding it long term. Okay, my goal is 5 days. Buy it on a Monday, be out on Friday. That's in a perfect world. Now, it doesn't happen all the time. That's why there's a few other tweaks to the method. But that's the basics. It was created for a 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. For a 9-year-old. Okay? You want to get more complex? That you got to pay for. Terribly sorry. All right, let's keep on going. Ooh, IBM. Okay, Rosie. COIW. Sorry, Rosie, I got booted off of Thinkorswim. They're doing something for a strange reason, and they're installing updates. So we're basically SOL on that one. AMC Entertainment. So Chance Perry, take a look at the profits, number one, and then take a look at the premiums on the options. Okay, so I'm an option buyer. I'm a buyer. I'm an option seller. I basically stick to covered calls because they're simple, they're safe, and they're predictable. I like simplicity, I like profitability, and I like safety. Okay, Amir, sorry, we got booted off of Thinkorswim, so we're not being able to do anything else other than just answer questions. Lovin' Lifin'. When Heart Me X one time the gifts they haven't ever sent, express your appreciation. Love and life. Thank you, brother. All right, let's keep it. What we got? eBay. We have to look at it next time. UA next time. Next time. Netflix. I am long a small amount of shares. JujiTube 801. I get Netflix also. Okay, I'm long on it. I think I got 100 shares. Because what the hell? Because somebody asked me to, so I did. Bought it 82.72. I have no idea where it's at now. As you can see, my internet is down. TSN, Taiwan Semiconductors. Doug, we'll look at it next time. Hi, how are you doing? My throat's a little sore. You're talking too much because you guys just don't talk back. You print it on your screens, but you just don't talk back. What's forward testing? Okay, that's something that I don't do. So here's the thing. I can ask you questions that are totally irrelevant to what it is you're looking for. So you're asking me a question that's totally irrelevant to what I'm doing. So it just doesn't make any sense for me to answer a question that has totally nothing to do with what I'm doing. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, Amir, I told you we'll look at eBay next time. Dimmy Mall, how are you? What inspired you to get into trading? Oh, you know what? Nobody's asked me that question. Here's what inspired me to get into trading. When I got out of the service back in 82, I got out of the service in 82. The recruiter Because when you're leaving the service, you have to go through a process, and they say, hey, do you need help getting a job on your way back into society? I said, yeah. So they hooked me up with this guy building exhibits for museums and public aquariums. So great. So I went as an apprenticeship and worked with him for a couple of years. He left the country and left everything behind. He just like closed the door and just left. He got a mail order bride and went went to the Philippines with his new wife, and he left everything behind. Sold the house, left everything behind in a big, huge pile. He said, yeah, just throw it out. So I threw it in the back of my truck, headed to Florida, opened up my own company. I ran my own company for 13 years. Okay, believe it or not, I was the CEO for a while, had 26 employees at the peak. At the peak, it was 26. And when you give somebody in their 20s that much power and that much money, they do stupid crap. So I bought a lot of houses. I bought a lot of toys. Then I started investing. I started investing in real estate, collectibles, stamps, coins, art, all that kind of weird stuff. And then I went to the stock market. The nice thing about the stock market, no employees, no overhead, no inventory, no electric bills, no water bills, no building maintenance. Simple, easy, okay? And it wasn't until 2008 when my 9-year-old daughter says to me, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So my 9-year-old daughter wants to know how to trade in the stock market. So to be a good dad, I had to make sure it was simple, because she's only 9, safe, because if she loses, guess who's in the doghouse? Okay? Predictable, so she knows how much she's going to make. Consistent, so she knows she can be profitable consistently, and no way for her to lose. Those are the 5 criteria to teach a 9-year-old, and all in less than 10 minutes. So I had to come up with a strategy, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose, in less than 10 minutes. Covered calls on dividend stocks just before the EX dividend date. The nice thing about that is the EX dividend dates are right on the calendar. So you can look at the calendar and you say, all right, this week, these are the stocks we're looking at. Actually, that's simple. These are the stocks we're looking at. That's it. And then you take a look at the high, the low, where was it, where is it going? Does it make sense? Do the numbers work? All that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. That's how it worked. That's how I got here. And that was back in 2008. So out of all the things my ex-wife will tell you about me, she says, he is so freaking stubborn. If he thinks there's a way of doing something, he will never give up. You can ask her. She'll tell you that. She said, James, out of everybody I know, you're the most stubborn person who refuses to give up. I said, I don't. If you're going to do something, do it. So I did it for years and years and years and years. So from 2011 to 2020, I had maybe 5 or 10, 15 followers. That's it. It wasn't until I stood in front of the camera on TikTok 3 years ago that all of a sudden everybody wants to know. Well, not everybody, but a lot. Anywhere between 5,000 and 50,000 people will come through this little thingy here every night. Great. So I'm just teaching you what I taught my 9-year-old. If you go back and look at my videos from 2013, you'll see I'm saying almost the exact same things and almost the exact same stocks. Weird, isn't it? All right, let's keep on going. What other questions we got? What other questions? No, J-Man. All right, Paul, thank you. All right, wait a second. Oh, gotta prove I'm human. I'm human. I'm a meat potato. All right, what else we have there? Any good small gold mining companies? Sorry, Henry, I don't play that game. I don't. Okay, I look for companies that have 2 decades of consistent profitability. Okay, gold company, or good companies, gold mining companies, no, sorry. They're out there. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for safety and historical performance, and gold companies don't have that. Thank you, Clifford. Bear in a foxhole. Okay, we'll take a look at ExxonMobil next time. Oh, wait a minute, that's it. All the questions are done. We got 15 more up here. Jim Framo, IBM, we'll take a look at it next time. Paul Mung, next time. What else do we got? How is this accomplishing anything? Well, thank you for that, Creamster. I'm not quite sure how to answer that question, and I'm not quite sure what it is you think we need to accomplish. And I don't think I need to answer your question about me accomplishing anything, because I'm on this side of the camera and you're on that kind of camera. Does Microsoft violate your rules? It's over 300. Yes, it does. But I still pay Microsoft, but I do it in a different trading strategy. Okay. CC Me, how are you doing? Bazoo. Prime Life Fit, how you doing? Ariel, good evening. I am Legend, back again. Nice to see you. Luis Angel de Lucarza. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you. Lizzie, what's happening, Lizzie? I bought Apple and sold covered calls. Awesome, dude, awesome. I bought a call for SanDisk earnings. Okay. We are accomplishing learning knowledge. Thank you, Love and Life. I should have came up with that one. John Collins, do you only hold stocks for a week? No, John, I will hold something as long as it continues to give me 1 or 2% every single week. Okay? The longest I've ever held anything was Walgreens. I held it for 18 months because it gave me 1, 2, 3% every single week for a year and a half. Now, for the most part, I usually only hold on stuff for a week or two, sometimes 3. That's it, then let it go. Because you got to remember, as the stock goes up, so does the value of the option. And as it gets away from the purchase price, the rate of return that you're collecting on the 3rd, 4th, or 5th roll doesn't really make sense, so it's time to let it go. So you got as much profit as you're going to get out of it, so see you later, see you next time. But I will hold on to it until it doesn't make sense anymore, or until it hits my target, one or the other. Prime Lift. He holds his stock until he gets called away on his covered calls. Absolutely. I just said that, but, you know, that's right, too. Okay, have you taken your Series 7? No, and I have no intention to. I'm taking my Series 65. Even though I'm against it, I'm still taking it. Because I'm against everything it stands for. Okay, last thing I want is for someone to stand over my shoulder telling me what I can and can't do. That just pisses me off. But I have to do it in order to get to where I want to go. Hope that makes sense. Eduardo, crazy eye. Yep, thank you. All right, what else do we have for questions? All right. Prime Life Fit. Sometimes the stock goes down 50% like Kohl's did. Did he keep selling it and selling calls each week? Absolutely. Okay, see, what you're missing, all right, Prime Life Fit, discipline investing is what I want to learn, the rules. Awesome. I don't blame it. It's awesome. Okay, so Prime Life Fit, you are mixing apples and oranges. Okay, Kohl's is the stock. Once you buy the stock, you own it, you can do whatever you want with it. Now, let's say hypothetically you buy 1,000 shares. That is 10 contracts. 1,000 shares is 10 contracts. So if you bought it at 100, you have 10 contracts. If it's down at $10, doesn't matter what the price of the stock is, you still have 10 contracts. Stocks are one thing, options are another. Okay, if you try to mix the two together, they just don't mix, because stocks, options, two totally different things. Most stocks are traded in New York. Most options are traded in Chicago. Two totally separate things. So regardless if the stock goes up or down, you still have 10 contracts, which means you can sell in the money, at the money, out of the money based on your risk and how much effort you want to put into it. So if it drops, great. You drop your strike price to a point where you're bringing in some money, but limiting the risk of being called out and losing. That's why I look every single day. That's why we have a trading group that we look every single day. What did I buy it for? What did I sell? Where is it now? What should I do? Okay, I have 2 criteria. 1, consistent profitability. 2, Preservation of my capital. Now, when you're doing weekly options, there's a lot you can do to avoid a loss, even if the stock drops. So if Kohl's drops 50%, 60%, I really don't care. How many contracts do I have control over? There's a huge difference between ownership and control. So if I can control 10 contracts, I don't care what the price is until it gets too close to the price action. Okay, so if I bought it at 100 and it's at 20, I don't care. I'll sell the 22, the 23, bring in something. And as the weeks go by, as the stock slowly rises, I will slowly increase my strike price. As my strike price increases, the profit loss gap gets lower and lower and lower. But while it's getting lower and lower and lower, I'm still having cash flow coming in. Don't ask, I don't understand. I can't help you if you don't understand. It's kind of like this. Okay, think of it this way. Hold my beer, I'll give you $1, I'll be back in a week. Same thing. Let me explain. If I own something, I have the right to sell it. Now, once I own it, okay, I have the right to sell it to somebody else. Now, I sell a contract. That contract is usually for 5 days. So whoever buys the contract has 5 days to make up the mind. So if I'm selling this for $10 and you give me $10, it would be 10 cents. 10 cents would be 1%. So you give me 10 cents to hold it for a week. Great. After a week, you either come give me the $10 or you forfeit your 10 cents and I sell it to someone else. Next week, pick up another 10 cents. They have the same option. They can buy it from me by Friday for the $10. If not, I keep that 10 cents and I sell to someone else. Now, the 10 cents is not what I'm looking for. It's the percentage of rate of return. If this is $10, 1% is 10 cents. You got it? So 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents for a whole year comes up to $5. That's a 50% return for one thing. So does that make sense? When you own something, you have the right to sell it. And a contract means I sell it to someone for 5 days. That means you got 5 days to do it, don't do it. It's totally up to you. Does that make sense? Prime Fit, he does. So does he sell it for the same price as the week before if the stock goes down? Sometimes, Spider-Man, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay, because as the stock drops, so do the option prices. But some stocks have premiums that are so good, you can keep it at the same price. But it's always going to be a numbers game. What did I buy it for? Where's it at now? What makes the most sense? So on and so forth. Okay? What other questions do we have? Fancy Finds. Lizzie. Rain Man. Charlie. Art Inspire Doc. Okay. Amen. I don't do Palantir. Not enough profits. Why do you only buy on Monday and Tuesday? Okay. GSK. I'm not quite sure what that means. GSK. Why do I only buy on Mondays and Tuesdays? All right. We all know there's 7 days in a week. We all know there's no trading on Saturdays and Sundays. That leaves us 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days. So if I'm trading a weekly option is 100% value, 5 days. So when Monday's gone, now I just lost 20%. I got 80% left to go. Tuesday's gone, now I'm left at 60%. It's very challenging to get a full 1% with only 3 days left. So for the most part, the biggest bang for my buck is first thing Monday morning, Friday afternoon. Friday's coming whether we like it or not. If I buy on a Wednesday or Thursday, my rate of return is going to be less. Happy girl! Oh, yes, I know I told you to do that for me. You're absolutely right. You're a little late, though, because my computer, Thinkorswim, is still updating. Where the hell did my pen go? Right here. Happy girl. Yeah, we spoke today. Okay, installing updates. Nothing I can do about it. Okay, got booted off because they're installing updates. Was Bank of America in the money call? Did we do was Bank of America one of the ones we did today? We got UNH, Visa, Bank of America. Okay, current price was $52.81, and we sold the 53s. It was out of the money. Actually, it was at the money. Okay, right at the money. Because the stock price was $52.81, and we sold the 53. That was the Bank of America play. All right. Unwritten Vespa. Hey, I remember you. Back again. Thanks for sharing and teaching your strategy. I'm working on understanding positions and learning how to use the option features on Robinhood. Nicely done, brother. Now we are opening up a new trading platform, a new trading group specifically for dividend capturing on Robinhood. So it's going to be a whole new channel just on Robinhood. So kind of the same thing, but on Robinhood for those who don't have as much money. That might be helpful. Jim Framo, Rosie, Coca-Cola. Love Coca-Cola. Can't do anything with it because, like I say, installing updates. I don't know what's going on with Thinkorswim, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. And we're past 11 o'clock. We're almost done with these questions. Rosie, Micah, thank you for that. Duggo, Taiwan Semiconductors. Let's take a look at it tomorrow. Next time I'm on. Vikings fan. Oh, sorry, dude. Is it best for me to subscribe to the channel and pay $8.99 a month? Mean here on TikTok? Hell no. I've never gotten any money from TikTok. So if you think I get money from TikTok, nope, not a single penny have I gotten from TikTok. Even if I did, I have no idea how to collect it. So no, I wouldn't do it if I were you. If you're gonna sign up for anything, go to the top left-hand corner where it says Dividend Stock Talk. Go to the website, The 10MinuteTrader. Take a look at what's there. Vino, thanks again, Jen. I've been here for a couple of weeks and I'm still learning something new. Cool, way to go, Vino. Vino, you've been here long enough. Drop me your number, dude. I'll give you a buzz. We'll chat. The golden one. Oh, do you look at option volume and open interest? No. Okay, so when you're looking at dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, there's so much volume there. Okay, when you're talking about open interest and volume, that's usually for thinly traded stocks, and that makes perfect sense. But when you're looking at stocks that have 10, 20, 30 million shares traded on a daily basis, then it's never anything to worry about. Couchaloo, Dover, love Dover, another dividend king. Amen. What's setting you on your Thinkorswim? What's setting you on a Thinkorswim? The delta, the gamma, all the other places. Okay, no. I don't do the delta, I don't do the gamma. Okay, I don't pay attention to the Greeks whatsoever. What you see me sharing here is exactly what I do. Now, the delta, don't get me wrong, it's important for certain types of trading. What I'm doing, the delta's got nothing to do with it. Okay? It's the simplest and easiest trading strategy for a 9-year-old. That's what you're being taught. A trading strategy specifically created for a 9-year-old little girl. The delta, the gamma, the Fibonacci, the retracement, the RSI, the MACD, none of that was included because it's not that important. Okay, running gold. How to change my sidebar on the chart at Thinkorswim, the money instead of percentage? Ooh, that's a good question. And I can't tell you because I don't have it available. Duggo, next thing happened to me when my parents passed. You mean your parents set up a trust where you can't access unless you learn something? Awesome. Utilico, that's awesome. Thank you, brother. Uh-oh, where are we? Okay, here we are. Dover did that one, did that one, did that one, did that one, did that one. Okay, Jared, what's forward testing? Forward testing is something I don't need to tell you about because it has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Start fresh. Easiest rolls ever are when you are around 1% each week and they don't need to dip below entry price. Absolutely. I'm going to agree with you. Tilico's laughing his ass off. He thinks that's funny. I like to know what was so funny. I'm not quite sure it was. What time does the morning group start? Now, Viking fan, I got no choice in the matter. Okay, it's got nothing to do with me whatsoever. The stock market opens up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I open up at 9 because we want to see and we want to prep before the market opens. So we start at 9 and we usually go to about 11. Okay, you get to watch me do 3 accounts, not 3 trades, 3 separate accounts. You get to watch what I buy, what I sell, and you can ask questions. Like, James, I don't understand. Why'd you do that? Can you explain that a little bit more? That's what you're paying for. You're paying for someone to watch over your shoulder and explain to you. Not tell. I can't tell you what to buy. If you want to buy AT&T, great, wonderful. Let me walk you through how to do it. But ultimately, it's a choice you have to make. I cannot walk you through and tell you what to buy. You have to decide. But I can walk you through and ask you, do you really want to do that? Think it through. Because if this happens, you could lose. Because I can tell you that. I can tell you that. I just can't tell you what to do. You know what I mean? I can say, well, if it was me, I would do this. That makes sense? Dusty, how much is your morning group? I want to make sure I am ready and studied up enough to conversate. Cool, Dusty. It's about $100 a month. 5 days a week. Yeah, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's 9 a.m. Friday, it's 2:30 because we want to make sure that everything's in line just before the market closes on Friday. Dusty, I have learned how to do verticals and collars. So have I. But don't ask me because I'm not going to teach them. I've also learned all my Greeks, more technical and fundamental analysis too. Very exciting stuff. Yeah, but here's the thing, Dusty. The strategy that I'm teaching you right now, nothing to do with the Greeks. It has to do with technical and fundamental, though. That's important because it's always important to know what to look for. And that's the fundamentals. Is the company profitable? What's the book value? What's the earnings per share? Are they increasing? Well, you can go right to the dividends for that. D-Wave option up RSI at 32 right now. Kevin, you do realize that means absolutely nothing to almost everybody. And it's not something that I use. That is why I am looking into this now. No more employees. I love that idea. No employees, no inventory, no brick and mortar store. If you can get an internet connection, because if you go back and look at some of my videos, you'll see me in the mountains in Maine. Okay, you'll see me at the beach. You'll see me in the woods, okay, trading. As long as I have an internet connection, I can trade. Okay, I even sit in traffic making money. Click, click, click. What would be a good dollar amount to start with? Dougo, I can't tell you that. Okay, but I can show you what I'm doing and I can show you my grandson's account. Now, my grandson's going to be starting with $50. And he's going to walk you, and it's going to be a... it's going to be a Robinhood account. So you can follow along if you have Robinhood. Kevin, I'm 27. Any advice you can recommend for me with my future self? Yeah. Ready, Kevin? Stop buying dumb shit. You know what I mean. Okay, now, don't get me wrong, Kev. You're 27. Okay, you still got another 20 or 30 years to put in to society, because we all got to pay our dues. You know, we live here, show some respect for everyone else, put in the time. But finance, once you can get finance off your back and you don't have, there's a huge difference, Kevin, between going to work because you have to and going to work because you want to. So the last 20 years, I went to work because I wanted to. I actually enjoyed working. I still enjoy working, but I don't have to. It's a huge difference. And once money is no longer an issue, it's such a burden lifted off your shoulders. Anyway, let's finish this up because we're past 11 already. Cooney, back again. How are you? Nothing is wrong with Thinkorswim from my end. Yeah, but look, it's still updating, installing updates. For the most part. Duggo, how much is the membership to your class group? Depends on which level you want. There's a 25 level, a 100 level, and a 500 level, depending on where you want to go. Okay? So that's it. I answered all the questions. Show rollover example in Hood. I already showed you rollover example in Hood. Let me show it to you again. Hold on. Sit tight. We'll do the same one all over again. All right, you ready? There's Robin Hood. See all the green? I love green. All right, so you click on the position, okay? Click on the position. There it is. See, it's 6 cents. Okay, come down here where it says trade. Okay, see where it says roll position? Okay, that tells you where your position is. All right, wait, means I got to cancel that one. I cancel that. I'll do the next one. Let's do hymns. Okay, we'll do hymns. Okay, can't do Dell because we already did it 2 minutes ago. They won't let me do 2 positions. All right, hymns, the second one down. Okay, trade. Let me back up a little bit. Hit trade. Okay, then that pops up. 4 of them. View all options, roll position, sell by X. Okay, I want to roll position. Okay, it tells me the position that I'm in at the moment. Okay, hymns, 31 call, 16 cents a share. Okay, that's what it's at now. So select new position. That's when it's in the green. So select new position. Okay, now I got the 31 call for this week. See, 130, 5 of them. It's at 16 cents. And I want to do the 31. Okay, first I want to do is go to up the top. 6th February, because that's next week. And I want to do the 31, which is right there. It's at 81 cents. So click on the 81 cents. Okay? And it tells me this is the position right here, the top one. That's where I am now, 16 cents a share. The next one, I have 81 cents a share. So 81 is higher than 16. Continue. Okay, that is $319. So I hit review, $319. Thank you very much. There you go. Not that difficult. The idea is pick good quality companies. Roll slowly. Okay? Pay attention. What did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do next? It's really not that difficult. Take it one step at a time and don't bite off more than you can chew. I'm done for the evening. You guys have a great night. My weekend starts today. I don't do Friday nights and I don't do Saturday nights, so I'll be back here Sunday night. You guys all have a great night, and we'll see you all again later. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, for which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I